soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force. You are about to embark upon the great crusade toward which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you.
Today marks 80 years since Allied troops stormed the beaches of Normandy in what would liberate France and be pivotal in defeating the Nazis in World War II. You just heard President Eisenhower's call to action for soldiers that day. At the time, Franklin D. Roosevelt was president, and Eisenhower a general in the war. About a month after the invasion, Nazi forces surrendered in France. And President Biden is in France this morning to reflect on D-Day. ABC's Christiane Cordero has the latest from Washington.
This morning, President Biden and the First Lady arriving in Normandy, where 80 years ago today, the first of what would be 160,000 Allied troops stepped onto the sand beneath the English Channel and into a course that would forever change history.
People say, how did you get off that boat and go in on the beach? There was a job had to be done. Somebody had to do it. We did it.
D-Day is among the most humbling examples that freedom isn't free. 2,500 Americans were killed in the operation on June 6, 1944. Today, Normandy is hosting world leaders and the survivors, now ranging between 96 and 107 years old. They remember.
I've never seen as many dead men on the beaches as I've ever seen. You couldn't stop and help anybody because they kept hollering, get off the beach, and get set to go fire those guns.
As do the riveters who helped fuel the U.S. efforts.
The airplanes, the tanks, the ammunition, the landing craft.
And made history of her own. The number of World War II heroes with first-hand accounts is dwindling, with fewer than 1% still alive. World leaders in Normandy today are amplifying the significance of their fight. Taking full opportunity, President Biden in stride with his re-election campaign and as two wars grip countries overseas.
He'll talk about the stakes of that moment, an existential fight between dictatorship and freedom. He'll talk about the men who scaled those cliffs and how they put themselves behind, they put the country ahead of themselves. And he'll talk about the dangers of isolationism.
While in France, President Biden is expected to meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. He and the First Lady will also be honored by French President Emmanuel Macron with a state visit. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.